Hi everyone, I'm Donovan Castle. Well, what a year it's been. How was your 2020? So much happened this year. You know, our nation went into lockdown, businesses have been impacted, people lost jobs. As a church, we were not able to physically gather for 9 months. The unprecedented challenges associated with COVID-19 have been palpable. On one hand, it's been one of the hardest years we've all experienced. Yet on the upside is we've had the opportunity to build into our relationships and strengthen the bond in our families. For some people, your faith has been tested and you've been stretched like never before, and through the process, you have come out stronger. And today, it's the last day of 2020, and I want to encourage you to take a few minutes to think of the past 12 months and do the following. Number one, step back. Step back for a moment. Don't go into 2021 the same way you finish in 2020. Step back and evaluate and reflect on the year that has been, how you got through, what you experienced, good and bad, and identify what you've learned about yourself and about the God that you serve. You know, stepping back is simply assessing everything which has transpired around you and what has happened within you. The second thing, shake it off. You know, through this year, we've all been impacted by COVID-19 and the side effects in one way or the other. Like many of us, we started 2020 with great expectation and believing it was going to be a brilliant year. And maybe it didn't work out that way for you. Things happened to you unexpectedly. You lost a job, people left you. Maybe you got sick or received a doctor's report that is not promising. Or maybe it's been a year where you've done some things. You know, you've done things that are not God's will for your life. You've made mistakes that make you feel that there's no hope or a future for your life. Today, make a decision, no matter what it is, to shake it off. Don't go into 2021 with last year's baggage. Shaking it off doesn't mean it didn't happen or you don't feel the effects of what happened. Shaking it off means that you're not going to be identified by the things that have happened in 2020. I recommend you do this today, not tomorrow, but today. Listen, write down all the negative things that you've experienced in 2020, the lies of the enemy, the sins you've committed, the mistakes that have been made, the failures, whatever it is, write them down. Write them down on a piece of paper, go to the Lord in prayer, take communion and release it from your life. Then take that piece of paper, go outside. You've got to go outside for this. Take a match and burn it. This will be symbolizing that in faith, you are shaking it off your life. Just as scripture says, as far as the east is from the west, so the Lord has removed our transgressions from us. And when you burn that piece of paper, what you're doing in faith is saying, I'm leaving it behind and I'm going in with a clean slate. That's what we're going to do. Well, this is what we're going to do right today in 2020. We're going to be stepping back, shaking it off, and then we're stepping up. We got to step up. We got to step up in 2021. Get ready, for God is going to do great things. And get ready because God is on your side. We're stepping up to who God has created us to be. We're stepping up and out in the promises of God. We're stepping up to the call of God. We're not going to allow the pandemic to determine the greatness of our God. We're not going to allow a pandemic to weaken our faith and the dependence on God. In fact, on the contrary, we're going to be steadfast. We're going to be immovable. Nothing's going to shake us. Ready to do what God has called us to do. Allow God to use us as the church to bring hope and light into our world. It's time to get up. It's time to step up and step out. Why? Because if God is for you, who can be against you? Listen, let's put 2020 behind us and get ready for 2021.